Okay, check. Uh, we are live, I think. Maybe we should be live. If we are not, then I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go along. All right. Atharva, could you just give me a very quick feedback if you could hear me properly? Give me like a quick check. Yeah, I think it's good to go. Yeah. Cool. All right. What I'm gonna do is okay. The resolution issue, yeah, that should be fine. What I'm gonna do is I'll open up the stream. I'll also drop a message here, and we are live. Join us. Okay, we are good to go. I'm just assuming people will join as they join along. That should be fine. Okay, so the first story that we have is this one. So it's basically a hunt to find the cheapest way to host videos. We'll be discussing this. This is quite technical. I actually really like this article. So we will talk about like all of this, like how we are cutting costs and what is actually going on. This is specifically about like a specific like how do you host videos. We'll talk about that. I think there's like really interesting stuff there, so we'll definitely talk about this. Then we have this one. This is kind of a very unhinged article, which is I will fudging pile drive you if you mention AI again. So we'll discuss this as well. These are there's an echo. Is echo for everyone? Let me just confirm. No, there's just one external microphone. Can anyone else confirm? Let's just. Oh, oops. Yep, there's an echo. Give me a second. We'll just fix it very quickly. Uh, all right. This should clean things up. Hi, Harsh. Okay, this should kind of fill things up. Let's hope they do. Otherwise, we'll have to like just restart the live. I guess OBS is just like that sometimes. So nah, I see. I still hear the interference. All right, what I'm gonna do, guys, is give me 1 second. I will just reset the live. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Give me like a quick second. I'll fix it. I'll be back. All right. So we'll just have to basically just stop. Be back in 10. Okay, we should be back any moment now. I I don't know. I guess you'll have to refresh the live, but I don't know how to tell you to refresh the live. But yeah, that should be fine. Let's just confirm. Yep, we are good to go. Cool, everyone. Thanks. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Harsh. Seeing you after a long time. Aren't you supposed to be at a job right now? I mean, I guess it's Saturday. You get Saturdays off, so that's cool. All right. So as I was mentioning, we have this story that we'll be discussing. It's about AI. It's going to be a fun one. Then there are a few articles that I want to go through on Believing Computer. So there's like good stuff happening. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the latest iOS beta and if there's any update. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. All right. There's also Verge, but I don't have a specific story here, so we'll be just like going through Verge. Kind of learn what is RSS on the way as well. So we'll see. All right. Good to go. Perfect. Okay. So let's just hide the sidebar. Let's just let's see if we have reader mode available to us. No, not yet. Okay. Perfect. So basically, this article is about hunting to find the cheapest way to host videos. Okay. So the TLDR, we are not going to go through the TLDR. We're going to go through just the whole thing. Okay. So a client basically approached this person with a seemingly simple request to set up a video solution. Why, you may ask? They were using YouTube previously and were having difficulties. Now, once again, this article is about between a client and the provider. All right. and the provider is basically writing the article. So basically, YouTube was putting ads and a clunky UI in their embeds, and the embeds were forcing users to bounce off from the blog and onto the YouTube. Some of their videos were taken down due to copyright claims since they were using clips from other sources. Now, basically, you can also see a lot of people use YouTube as a video hosting solution. But YouTube is more like a social media at this point. Now, you wouldn't store your family album on Instagram and then just, expect it to be there, right? We wouldn't do that. We wouldn't put all of our photos on Instagram. Some of the people do that, no judgment. But you wouldn't just take entire album and treat it as Google Photos, right? Or you wouldn't treat your Instagram as a gallery, although that sounds like a cool idea in concept. You upload all of your stuff, you make your profile private, and then you can't just expect that stuff to be there because there's not much features. Even if Instagram currently has that feature in beta where you can post 20 images in one post. Sure, you can do that, but that's not what it's made for. Now, seemingly, a lot of people use, well, YouTube to host their personal videos and then just use the YouTube embed to put it on a blog. Now, what exactly is an embed? I'm glad you asked. Let me show what that means. So, for example, if I actually go to youtube.com right now, right, and on youtube.com, you will hopefully see, well, obviously it's my channel, so let's just search for Easterly over here, and yeah, so now we are Easterly over here. Let's just mute ourselves so we can see this is our video, right, and we should not be in HD because that's gonna ruin the bandwidth of the whole thing. Let me just make sure everything is like 360. Yeah. So now we have an infinity mirror, take whatever. But what we can do is if we actually go to share over here, we have an embed option. Now, if I click on that option, it gives me this code. And once again, it looks a bit funky, but it's just embedding code. Like this is just basic code. It's an iframe. So if I take this iframe, all right, and if I put it into, let's say, can we open Obsidian without leaking stuff? Let's see. Hmm. Can we? Okay. We have a few things over here that you guys are not supposed to see that. But let's just, write test and all right, we are good to go. So for example, if I take that iframe and if I put it inside Obsidian right here, right? And if I just, try to put that, like, for example, there are two modes in Obsidian, by the way, let me tell you guys. So this is the basic, source code. So for example, if I write a heading one, heading two, or whatever, right? So we can see, this is kind of a live slash source mode. So if I put, do command E, now we'll go into reading mode. And now I can just have my YouTube live stream inside my Obsidian notes. And now, once again, not just Obsidian notes. Also, you'll notice the thumbnail is wrong, but hey, whatever. This can be put on any website directly inside the HTML code. And if you just click on it, it will just run. Like, this is running. Like this is actually running right now inside an Obsidian node, right? How cool is that? The point is, oh God, there's going to be an infinity mirror again. But hey, whatever. What I can do technically with this is, so the person in the video was suggesting is, let's just, close this, make sure we don't have extra stuff. Yeah. So the person in the video is suggesting that the client wanted to put a video. So they would put it on YouTube, they would take the embed of it, and then they would put it on the blog. Now the issues with that is, first of all, if the, let's say, the client of clients, or let's say the people who are visiting the blog of this specific client, if they don't have YouTube Premium, YouTube is going to show a lot of ads. Second thing is the video viewing experience is kind of horrible. So eventually they'll just go to YouTube and now you're just losing views on your blogs, and that's kind of something that is important. So they just wanted to come up with their own solution. Obviously, there were also copyright issues, so they did not want to put it on YouTube. So that's the backstory. I just spent 5 minutes explaining what an embed is, but hopefully you guys now understand that. And if you already knew it, then hey, whatever. Guys, can you just tell me how many of you already knew what an embed is? Like, just say yes if you knew it and just say no if you didn't. I'm going to continue. So, the requirement was YouTube likes quality and speed switching, some kind of CDN so the videos would load quickly, and universal device compatibility. Oh, God, you guys already knew it. My bad. Anyways, so basically, they also need, the requirement of the client is that they also need some sort of a CDN. Basically, where is it? Basically a way for them to have a content delivery network so that wherever you are in the world, you can just load the video very quickly. Obviously you want device compatibility, so you want it to be available on, well, mobile as well as laptop, so that's good. Anyways, so the initial research phase was here, that basically this person was new to this. So I was new to this. I have built websites, hosted static pages, deployed microservices, but video hosting was something new. After some digging, I uncovered the magic formula. So basically, you create something known as an HLS stream. We'll talk about that later. You store the HLS, and then you use a CDN to serve the HLS. So basically, it's a type of I don't want to say a format, but it's a type of format. Uh, you create that HLS. It's 1 second. Just consider it a format for a second. You store it somewhere, okay? And then you use a CDN or a content delivery network to basically serve that. So imagine you are just serving an MP4 file. That's basically it. Now you also implement an embeddable video player. So you embed the HLS just like YouTube. Now let's do the math first. And this is, guys, where the mathematics and the software engineering comes in. Because if you think about it, if you look at these numbers, we as humans, we don't think that the jump from HD to full HD to 4K is that big of a deal. But every single time, we are not just doubling, we are actually quadrupling more or less, the size. If the live stream that you're watching right now, the live stream that my laptop can offer at the moment is 1440p, right? So you are watching this in 1440p. If you switch from 1440p to 180p, and if this was an uncompressed stream, if YouTube wasn't doing the compression within like 20 seconds, which once again, that's an absurd amount of compression. This stream, like, you would be spending more than what, 50 MBs of data per minute, 50 megabytes per minute. If you're watching this in 4K uncompressed, even more. Like the entire 1 hour live would be footage of like a terabyte. Sorry, not 50 MB. More than that. Way more than that. So once again, well, let's just discuss how this works and how fascinating this whole thing is. All right. Okay, so the client uploads 5 videos a day, which are around 5 minutes each, and each get at least 10,000 views monthly. Okay, so now if you do a very basic calculation, a 5 minute video has basically these sizes if they are compressed. Let's just assume. Let's ignore 4K for now and round off the sum of others to 512. Okay, so let's just take all of this combined. Let's ignore 4K for now. You'll be somewhere around half a gig. Now the storage needed for a single video is, well, half a gig. Now, a lot of people just think, oh, you just use like HD. Why would you use like 720p? No, that's the thing. Even if you're watching something in lower resolution, that needs to be stored somewhere. Okay, that gets stored somewhere. So this live stream or any other, let's say, Easterly video I upload, usually the videos that I upload are in 4K, right? I upload the 4K footage to YouTube, but if you guys tried, let's say, watching 4K on your phone, it's not gonna make sense. Like, you would have to spend a lot of bandwidth. So YouTube does a lot of processing depending on how often you upload. Like, if you haven't uploaded in a month, YouTube will say it's gonna take 2 hours. If you're a regular uploader, unlike me, it will take like what, 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, so YouTube does that processing. It stores all of this data somewhere. Okay, cool. Are we good? So far so good, everyone. I think everyone is understanding and I have not lost anyone here, but hey, whatever. Okay, cool. All right, so as I was talking about, let's just reduce the quality. Yeah. Now, assuming that most of the streams are going to be 1080p, total bandwidth for 10,000 views is going to be 300 MB times, well, 10,000 views divided by 1024. So it's going to be somewhere around like 3 terabytes. So bandwidth needed for a single video is 3 terabytes. That's a lot. Once again, this 1024 divide is just, convert from MB to gigabytes, but hey, whatever. A 5 minute video has transcoded into 3 streams, two HD and one non HD. Pricing is usually X for HD videos and 0.5X for non HD video, whatever is the X amount, we'll discuss that. Transcoding required for a single video, 5 minutes into 3 different streams. Okay, so what's that calculation going to be? So if my client wants to store 5 videos a day with each getting 10,000 views, they would roughly need, so let's just, add for transcoding. So transcoding is going to take like 9 hours and 10 minutes. Storage is going to take like 555 GB per month. And the bandwidth is going to be 330 terabytes. Yeah, bandwidth is basically the data that you're using. Yes, more or less. Yes. So data is in the streaming data, not the storage data. Hopefully, Atharva, that's cool. Okay. So for ease of calculation, let's just round off everything. So you have transcoding that's going to take 10 hours every single day, guys. Storage that's going to increase 50 gigs, oh, sorry, 50 GB every month, 55 GB every month. And the bandwidth is 300 and it's like 300 terabytes. It says 330, but hey, whatever, right? So how do you create HLS? So there are services that do this for you. So you have AWS, you have Azure, you have GCP, AWS, Amazon Web Services, guys. Azure is Microsoft Azure, crowd side people, more or less. And you also have GCP, which is a Google Cloud Platform, etc. All have some sort of services that do this. Since the client was already using AWS for their websites, I decided to use AWS. Now I just need to put together a proposal and send out a quotation. Let's calculate. Now, guys, if you, I don't know if you know this, have anyone of you ever used AWS? Anyone? Can you just drop like a yes in the chat if you have ever used AWS like properly? I'm assuming Takshil is gonna be like yes, 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 like 10,000 times. Anyone else other than Takshil who has used AWS? Because let me tell you one thing about AWS. It's costly. It's fudging costly. Now the cost, once again, if someone has given their AWS cloud solutions architect, whatever exams they have, you would know this. AWS is costly. If you leave a server running, and there are many memes about it, AWS is gonna eat up all of your bandwidth. It's gonna eat up all of your money. So yeah, you tried but not properly. Okay, that's fine. All right. So AWS calculations, guys, get ready to get your mind blown. So media convert for transcoding, there are three things they would need as a bundle. So S3 for storage, which makes sense, and they would need CloudFront for CDN, which makes sense. So media convert is a service, S3 is also a service, and CloudFront is also a service. S3 is used for cold storage, and CloudFront is used for CDN. Media convert is used for converting media. That's very obvious. Okay. So let's just calculate very quickly. So we have 10 hours of video to be transcoded every month. So HLS conversion is going to cost like somewhere around $22.5, which is like, hey, $9 for HD, $9 for like 720p, and also $4.5 for 480. So the S3 storage, once again, guys, S3 is dirt cheap. Like S3 storage is usually very cheap, but when you have terabytes of data, you're gonna see how much costly it is. So S3 storage monthly is like, let's just say it's going to be 50 GB times 0.023 per GB. So that's going to be somewhere around $1. Now you might think, hey, $1 isn't that bad. Yeah, the cost isn't as of storage. The cost will be of the bandwidth, which you can see in CloudFront. It's gonna cost $19,000. Like HLS, $22. That's not much. That's just what, 2,000 to 3,000 rupees. That's not much. $1.15, guys. I'm pretty sure you guys are spending way more on vada pav and tabali for like, you know, more than $1. But hey, whatever. CloudFront is 19,000. For $19,000, you can get a used Tesla. Okay, and that's a pretty good deal, like a 10,000 miles driven used Tesla, and that's a Model Y at that. So, yeah, something's pretty much, you know. S3 is slow. So, what about the redundancy? Okay, so two clarifications. S3 is, it depends on where your server is. You wouldn't be hosting the video directly on S3. That's why you have CDNs. That's why you have CloudFront. So the CDN is going to take care of it. It's gonna make sure that the S3 content is cached. That's why it's costing so much. So if you look at it, we are we are like the bandwidth itself. It depends on the CDN, and the CDN is basically, let's say you are in India, let's say you are in Ahmedabad. The closest server in India would be, for example, in Mumbai, right? So the CDN is in Mumbai, so the files physically would be in Mumbai, so you can get direct access directly from Mumbai. That's what it means to have a CDN. That's what it means to have a content delivery network, right? Now it's not just for videos, it's not just for images, but it could be any file as long as that file is needed. Yeah. No, 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 no. You wouldn't stream it directly from S3. But if you do that, the cost will be higher, and also it will be very slow, and it wouldn't make sense. Because S3 is gonna take a lot of ingress cost and egress cost. So ingress is basically when you put something inside S3, that's gonna cost money. And egress or egress, like egress, when you take something out of S3, it's going to cost money and it's going to be very slow. And especially for a 5-minute video, you would want something that is, you know, well, quick. Anyways, so yeah, first 10 TB, it's gonna be like 800. Then you have 3,200, then 6,000, 6,000, and so on and so forth, right? The thing is, it's going to be somewhere around 19,000, which might compound each month as the videos grow, and obviously this will increase. This is just for first month, guys. Excuse me. This is just for first month, and the way you keep on going on and on and on, the blog grows. Let's say instead of 10,000 views, now you have 20,000 views, and this is gonna be like a lot of money. Now, this might not be worth it since YouTube has been kind of free this whole time. Is there a cheaper option? So obviously, this person cannot compete with YouTube's prices. And also, guys, let me tell you, this person, like the one who's writing the blog, 19,000 is just a bill that is going to AWS. He will himself charge money for the solution, right? So his client will have to pay way more than 19,000. And I'm assuming the amount of work this person is doing, he's going to make profit, like definitely. So it's going to cost somewhere around $25,000 per month. And the cost is just going to increase for this client to have basic video functionality. We don't think about it much, but trust me, it's a lot of money that goes on, right? That Sunny did a calculation. How much is that? Is that 15 lakh? Yeah, that's 15 lakh. That's a lot of money. Yeah, 15 lakh. You're correct. Right? That's a lot of money. I mean, you know. Okay, so reality check. YouTube is free. Obviously, you cannot compete with YouTube because Google has a lot of cash. So, quest for alternatives. With the client's blessing to explore known AWS options, I embarked on a new journey. Vimeo. Vimeo specializes in video hosting, so I thought they might have their pricing figured out better. Vimeo wants $9 a month for 100 gigs of storage, but limits you to 2 terabytes of bandwidth and has no clear indication of the pricing for more bandwidth. The issue is Vimeo, once again, it's a hosting solution, but what happens after 2 terabytes? They don't have a custom plan. And if a business does not have a custom plan, you should not use it for business. Like you should not use that service for the business. Trust me, because they have their own terms and conditions. So they have just, skip. Okay, Bunny CDN. These guys have a stream feature which does exactly what I wanted to. Let's recalculate. So HLS conversion, they'll do it for free. Storage monthly is going to be around like half a dollar, which like they're doing 50 gigs at like $0.01 per gig. So that's like, for example, what? 1 rupee, roughly 1 rupee. So imagine you have 100 GB of data every month. You'll be paying like what, 0.8 dollars, which is like 70 rupees. Which is, if you compare, Google Drive costs that much. Like if you pay 130 rupees to Google One, you get 100 GBs of data, right? This is the calculation. This is the calculation that goes on the back end. Like that, they are also kind of using some sort of an S. I wouldn't say S3, but they have their own storage, right? Anyways, so stream cost, where is basically how much it's gonna cost. So they're saying, hey, $1,500, which is like $5 per TB, so like 300, whatever, whatever, whatever. So total bill $1,500, and that would compound each once again $1,500. It's not a small money, but hey, if you calculate, that's like what, 1,25,000. That's what, like a month's salary for like a senior developer, which, I mean, sure, it's expensive. That's an absurd amount of money to put in, like, you know, some sort of a blog. But hey, doesn't hurt. Like if you have 10,000 viewers, that's good. Okay, so they have cut their cost by 92%. Like if you think about it, that's a huge amount of savings. I could have studied the code to the client and likely secured the project. However, I decided to dwell deeper and explore other options. One key reason for avoiding a dedicated server was concurrency. Typically, a dedicated server has a port speed of 1 gigabit per second and includes 20 TB of bandwidth, which is that's what in Hesner at least. Hesner, once again, is a data center. Sorry, that's a city in Germany. That's where they specifically, I guess, have this data center. Let's just confirm. Hesner, yeah, it's a German dedicated server. Yeah, yeah, it's a data center company, whatever. So, allowing for 200 concurrent streams. Additionally, with extra bandwidth costing $1 per terabyte, we'll be facing a 280 bandwidth cost without any CDN benefits. During traffic spikes, I didn't want to deal with a PO call in the middle of the night without knowing how to resolve it. We needed a service that was hands off. Now, once again, this would have worked, but the dude wanted to do better. And so he did better. DIY. Yeah, make your own solution. Time to roll up your sleeves. Guys, don't do that. I don't want to discourage people, but usually it's a bad idea to reinvent the wheel. But I also want to encourage people in doing this. Like, try creating your own solution and you will learn so much. Even though the solution is going to be shitty, like horribly shitty, you will learn so much. Like for example, I personally, I'll give a very simple example. Mm, okay, so you guys know about my Calendar Dude Pro, right? Like the Instagram account where I constantly post every morning at 9 a.m. sharp. I post the date and date and day and whatever, right? I could do that myself, but I created a bot to do it, right? Like the point is, once again, it's not efficient. It takes like 5 seconds every morning if I just, posted it myself. I could set a reminder. I could just ask one of you, listen, guys, I have 15, 20 people who just want to, be an intern in Easterly. 15, 20 people who just want to be volunteers. I could just give one of them like my Instagram account, like for, Calendar Dude Pro. They would post it. In fact, they would customize it. They would put it in Canva. They would make like an amazing thing, right? And for like free. But I created a Python script. Why? Because, well, I got to know a lot of things. I got to know how the Instagram API is working on the back end. I got to understand a lot of things about, what are the limits of it, all of that stuff. And what I ended up doing is creating Unseen, like Unseen the project, my project on GitHub. What it does, it just, downloads stuff from the Instagram. The Unseen would not have been possible if Calendar Dude Pro was not done by Python. That's the thing, right? Usually it's a good idea, your DIY solution. It's very good for learning. Like almost every time I'll just tell you, do it yourself. That's a solution. Putting that solution in production is a whole different thing. Once again, I don't want to discourage you guys, but you put that into production, someone will find mistakes. Someone will find mistakes into it. Someone will find horrible flaws and like horrible cybersecurity flaws as well. And if you put it into production for a client, and if you don't have someone, if you don't have agile testing, you don't have a proper CI/CD platform, if you don't have someone who's testing it for you, you should have a tester. Is basically what I'm trying to say. But hey, whatever. I'm gonna continue. Okay, so the DIY breakdown. So transcoding, they're gonna use a Python script plus FFmpeg magic. How many of you have used FFmpeg, guys? Can like drop a yes or no in the chat if you have used an FFmpeg. Do you guys know what is FFmpeg? I'm gonna so there are 9 people. Just say no. It's completely fine if you're like non-technical. I appreciate you just being on the stream, but like, hey, just say no. Okay. Sunny hasn't used. Okay, everyone else. Okay, no, no Mountain Dew today. We are sticking to good old cold. Okay. It seems like okay, 4 people have not used. Okay, 4 out of 9. Okay, Surat says nah. Okay, no as well. Okay, is this anyone? No. Okay, the rest of the 4 people. How about you? You know, use your keyboard and type something in the chat. That would be appreciated. Okay, cool. Regardless, FFmpeg. Let me tell you. Let's just see if I have it installed. Okay, let's just exit new tab. Sure. Okay, FFmpeg. Do we have it? Let's hope so. Do we? Are you there? Okay, I don't think we have it installed, but that should be fine. I can just, connect to my machine or something. I can just install FFmpeg if I don't have it. Okay, so it's gonna do the install in the background while I talk about it. So FFmpeg is this amazing utility. So let's just, search for it on GitHub. And once you look at it, trust me, guys, this is an amazing project. This is a transcoding utility which takes video in any format, and excuse me, horrible, sorry, which takes video in any format and then converts it into any other format. Well, which sounds very easy, right? You might be thinking that, hey, you can convert from MP3 into MOV, or like, oh, hey, what's the big deal? Like, what's the point? That's not it. You can do so much more. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask. Let's just do a brave search. Let me just ask AI so I can show you something cool. It's okay. FMmpeg cool use cases. Let's try that. Okay, so once again, you can extract audio from videos. So like that's the first use case they have. You can resize videos, so you can change the resolution and stuff. You can add subtitles to video. You can rotate a video. You can trim a video, right? Okay. FFmpeg extracting frames. Okay. Once again, you can do extract frames as well. That's an amazing thing. You can take out all the frames out of a video and you can just put it somewhere else, or you can do the reverse. Like if you have stop motion animation, like let's say you take a lot of photos and you want to do stop motion animation, you can take a lot of frames and then you can put it inside a video. FFmpeg does it all, and it's an amazing solution. That's all I would say. I would suggest everyone should know how to use FFmpeg. If not, everyone should at least know about what is FFmpeg. Yeah, I think we didn't have it. Now we do. Okay, it's connected. Yeah. So we have FFmpeg. Uh, it's a lot of complicated stuff, but once again, when it works, it works. It's an amazing utility. Everyone should know it. Anyways, let's just get back to the whole thing. Okay, so the cost is $7 per month on a server with any cloud solver. They can just use Hesner. Once again, $7 is not much. That's like what 500, 600 rupees. But hey, sure, you can bump it up to 20 or $30 if you want faster transcodes. But hey, whatever, that's fine. Storage, we can use Cloudflare R2 at $15 per TB. Once again, that is expensive. You have Backblaze. The Backblaze can do it for like $6. StoreJ can do it for even cheaper. So once again, StoreJ is something I personally use. So if I use StoreJ pricing storage, let's just look at that. I don't even know Arc has this many functions, but I guess it's not available. Frames in the sense of clips or pics. Pics like actual frames. Frames of a video. Like you can take it out. Um, Also, Atharva, what are you talking about? What features? Anyways, yeah, so this is the price they have for like storage. Like once again, that's per GB. So if we take this and we just put it over here times 1024, that's like $4. Storage costs like $4 per 1 TB, and I think storage is a better option. So yeah, you guys should use storage if you're ever gonna do S3 storage. Storage is the best option. Anyways, Backblaze also does it at $6. Once again, Backblaze is more stable. There's also egress fees, but hey, whatever. We're not gonna talk about that. So yeah, Cloudflare had two with free egress. Yeah, there is like a free egress thingy, but the catch is so it now depends on requests, not the amount of data that goes through. I believe that's why Cloudflare costs so much more compared to Backblaze. But you have free egress, right? So let's talk about that. Cloudflare offers free egress. Wait, what? Let's calculate the cost of the cache. Since Cloudflare wants money for each file request, we need to open up the calculator and see how many requests would be made. A 5-minute video has 100 segments, which is 5 times 60 divided by 3. So you have like one segment is like 3 seconds of stuff. So each 10,000 views would consume 1 million requests, and 110 videos would consume 110 million requests. So the total cost will be just around $40. So I've assumed we use 3 second segments. We could also use second segments, and the cost would go down by half. Would users experience any delay? Probably not, since a 6 second segment is just 3.75 MB and would load in 1 second on most internet devices. Anyway, I digress. What's the total bill? So let's talk about segments for a second. Um, okay, so you have a whole video. Okay, you have a whole 5-minute video. Let's exclude 5 minutes. Let's just say you have a 60-second video, right? Now, if you put it up on Cloudflare R2 without defining segments, if you just put it up there, like let's say for 60 seconds, and that's like the whole video without any segments. Okay. If you take that and if you were to deliver it to someone, the thing is the video would not play until the entire segment is downloaded. Hopefully that makes sense. Hover search, specific website search features too. Oh no no no! The instant calculation and all that is I'm using this Raycast. I'm using Raycast for that. This is like Spotlight, but it's for like MacBooks and stuff. This is not an ARC feature. It's a Mac feature. Okay, so I can like do stuff like system monitor and stuff. So this is once again not a feature of, yeah, cool. Hopefully that makes sense. That's not an ARC feature. Also, instant calculation, that's once again, that's just Raycast doing Raycast stuff. And the long term thing is, so like if I just press and hold, that's just Mac OS being Mac OS. But hey, whatever. Yeah, so as I was talking, if I was doing a 60-second segment, the whole video will only play after those 60 seconds were downloaded. Right? So imagine that video is like 50 MBs. So you would not be able to watch the video until the entirety of 50 MBs is downloaded. And that's not how streaming should work. If I reduce the segments, if I let's say make it two segments of 30 seconds, now you would not be able to watch the video until that first 30 seconds are downloaded, right? So there's a catch. Like if I make very tiny segments, like say 1 MB each, so there would be now 60 segments, the video would load very quickly, even on the most horrible internets. But then if there are more segments, each and every segment is going to be one request, and every request is going to cost more and more money. And so basically that's the issue, like what is the optimal amount. This person is saying 6 second segment or 3 second segments should be fine, so that's what they are using. Okay, is that making sense, guys? Hopefully, be good. Cool. Let's just move on through this. Okay, so total bill is $40 monthly, which would compound each month. So we are now saving 97 percentage over the cheapest option, which was Bunny in the market, and 99.46 percentage over AWS. That's once again. Thank you. Thank you, Sunny, for the instant calculation. But like if you look at the final cost, what was the final cost? Like $15 for this, like seven. Oh no, I think yeah, $40 itself is the final cost. Right? Yeah, that's one second. 3,000, that's nothing. Like I pay more for ChatGPT Pro and Claude Pro, like combined for that, right? Anyways, could we have used Cloudflare CDN and stored the files on our own server and let Cloudflare cache it? Well, it might go against the terms and conditions. Plus, I don't want to deal with servers as much as possible. Now, there was another solution. We could just store the videos on our server and then tell Cloudflare to use their CDN and just let them handle the caching. Like we don't have to deal with it. Like you take our videos, you cache it yourself. We don't care, right? You manage it yourself. We could have done that. They could have done that, but it might be against their terms and conditions. And Cloudflare is very, very, very horrible in a lot of use cases. They're very strict on their terms and conditions. So yeah. So graphs. Let's look at graphs, guys. Come on, this is going to be very fun. And yeah, let's just look at it. So AWS was costing $23 per terabyte. Bunny.net was $10 per terabyte. Once again, this is not the total cost, but it's like per terabyte. Backblaze was costing 6 and Cloudflare was costing 15. Now you might be wondering, hey, $6, that's less. Why is this person not using like Backblaze option? We will talk about that. Okay, so pricing sources as of August 2024. This is very recent. So AWS was gonna cost, well, S3 is gonna cost like $0.023 per GB. Bunny is gonna cost 0.01. Backblaze is 0.006 per GB, which is similar to Storj. And Cloudflare is gonna cost 0.15. Okay. So transcoding, let's just look at transcoding for 60 minutes. AWS costs like $7. Bunny takes zero. Coconut.co uses $4. And if you do your own DIY solution, which is, let's just say you get like your own, what's the word, cloud computer, you are spending like $0.07. And you can use a cloud computer for other stuff. Also, if you self-host here, once again, this would be an amazing option to self-host. You can just do it. for like free. Obviously, there are like electricity costs and stuff. You can just take a Raspberry Pi 5 and put it inside some corner of your house with, let's say, proper heating and stuff, cooling and stuff, and then you can just let it run and do transcoding. It's more than efficient. And once again, if you think about it, 5 videos of 5 minutes each, 25 minutes of transcoding is not much. That that's it. That's like free. Like my MacBook could do it in like 3 minutes. Okay. Your phone, your iPhone, your Android, your S23 Ultras, they could do it in like 5 minutes. That's amazing. Okay. So hey, whatever. Yeah, pricing details is yeah, they're using this much, this much, this much. Coconut is gonna just use $4, and DIY is just $0.15. Prices are for transcoding 5 minutes of videos, 4K, 1080, 720, and 480. Streaming cost, well, once again, AWS, as I mentioned, guys, AWS is sucking here. Like it's horrible. So $85 for like 5 Mbps at 1 TB of 6,000 streams. Bunny is like, hey, $30. Bunny, like if you like do your own kind of stuff and stuff, all of that, $5, and then your crowd fair wala option is just like $0.22 of 3 second segments. So yeah, once you can just go through all of that stuff. It's just whatever we saw here. The moral of the story is FFmpeg is your best friend. They are, trust me, they are. Cloud giants might not always be the answer. They are not. DIY can lead to massive savings, and Cloudflare R2 is a game changer. The reason it's a game changer is because Cloudflare R2 does not cost, it does not have egress. It does not have egress fees. Even Storj, what I prefer using, what I want you guys to even use eventually, costs $0.007 per GB. Now, once again, I hate it when these guys give like when you're gonna deal in terabytes. So let's just multiply that by like 0.24. That's $7. If so if you upload 1 TB of content, that's somewhere around $4 or $5. So let's just do a very quick and dirty calculation. 0.004 uh, times 1024, hey, whatever. So total it's gonna cost you $11 if you use Storj. But the issue is, you it's still, the thing is, it's still not as efficient as Cloudflare. It's gonna cost you $11. That's fine. But the moment you go even one stream, like the moment you even go one like iota of MB over your current limit, like over like a terabyte, you will start getting a lot of like this egress fee. Yeah, if you look at it, there's a very small thing that Storage does not mention, that there is an extra segment fee of $0.008 per 10,000 segments. So for the video that they were mentioning, so they had like 100 segments. So for like every 100 videos, there would be an extra encourage or extra charge on the whole thing. Once again, that's per 10,000 segments. So that will always increase on and on and on. So once again, I'm not going to do the calculation, but it's going to be like a lot of money. So yeah, once again, it's a DIY solution. It depends for everyone else. For self hosters, that's where I was about to calculate the cost. Yeah. Okay. For people who are self-hosting, it is not necessary to use Cloudflare R2. You can also use Minio if you're hosting this in-house. AWS can also be replaced with Minio. Minio supports webhook notifications to trigger transcoded pipelines. Once again, guys, because I feel like, because see, my audience right now is basically my students, so I'm gonna generalize a bit. The thing is, you guys, because mostly you guys are in cybersecurity, right? Most of you are in cybersecurity. Some of you are, I don't know, maybe in software and stuff. And many of you, well, there are like 9 people. I'm not gonna say many, but like many of you have not worked in a corporate environment, and up till recently, even I didn't. Okay, the thing is, there are pipelines. There are like proper flows that you have to do. Now you might be thinking, hey, what's the big deal? Like, why, like there's a video, I put it like, I just do next, 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 and I just start the whole thing. No, webhooks are very important. A lot of things are automated. When you are running a blog, trust me, I know this. I can barely even function my own blog. I can barely even manage Easterly. The thing is, you have so many different things that are going on. You would want these webhook notifications. They are a big deal. They also trigger, basically what they're trying to say is they trigger this transcoding pipelines, which means they trigger it automatically. Like I don't have to take the video, put it on the terminal, and then inside the terminal like SSH the video, and then I have to type that, hey, ffmpeg this command, this command, this command. No, I'm not gonna do that every day for 25 minutes. It's not possible. And especially when you're giving a solution to a client, you would create some sort of a framework, some sort of a pipeline, so the client can just record and upload the video somewhere. Maybe they upload it directly on the server, maybe they upload it somewhere else. Doesn't matter. There is a proper flow, and for that you have to create like a lot of like diagrams and flow charts and stuff. Now for some people that might be like, hey, that sounds interesting, that is very easy, give it a try. If you find it easy, if you find it interesting, trust me, you will be a really good DevOps. Okay, you will be a really, really, really good, a developer who is like into operations and stuff. Please go for that. Okay, if you find this stuff interesting, if you find that, oh wow, you can, instead of using Cloudflare R2, maybe you can, self-host, and maybe you can do this and you can do that. Guys, be a developer. Trust me, it would do wonders for you and for your career if this is what you're interested in. Like if you love solving problems, this is where you are supposed to be. Okay. Now, room for improvement. We're just gonna wrap up the article. It almost took an hour, but hey, whatever. Okay, room for improvement. This project is missing the ability to add subtitles, thumbnails, and a multi-audio stream, which once again you can just do using, well, FFmpeg if you want. The auto-scaling transcoding servers are missing. Yes, that is true. You can substitute self-hosted transcoding with AWS Media Convert or Coconut for complete serverless experience. You can do that. Progress can be replaced with SQLite. Progress, no, Postgres, the database, can be replaced with SQLite if running a small instance. Self-hosting transcoding might not be efficient as cloud providers. I have heard from sources that the transcoding is better compression without losing on quality. Okay. So what now? This project is now open source for all. Feel free to self-host or contribute or just raise bugs. Code available here. What a giga chat. Like he did all of this research. He could have charged $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Once again, that's just a minimal amount. He could have charged that much to the company. And this dude over here is like, hey, the code is available here. Do you just want to like okay, guys, I did not read the article in advance. I had no idea. Like this dude, let's just check his profile. Oh no, that was useless. My bad. Yeah, this dude, what a giga chad. Can everyone just go on GitHub and like drop stars? He has like one follower. What? How even is that possible? Okay, he has created. There's an entire. Okay, you know what? We're gonna go through his resume, guys. Okay, we're gonna go through his resume. And this is how your resume should be if you ever want, like I don't know, like a job in a big company or something. Let's go through this. Cool, everyone. Okay, so he's a senior software engineer with extensive working in large complex projects and leading and communicating effectively on technical teams. Blah 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 blah. So his professional experience at the moment, he is a solutions architect and lead developer. Guys, cloud developers. I'm sure yeah, well, he must earn like a shit ton of money. Uh, Sunny, would you be kind enough to calculate $150,000 into Indian rupees and then divide it by 12? Please do that. Thank you. 120,000 US dollars. Sorry, 150,000 US dollars and then divided by 12. All right. Okay, so he has developed a cost-effective video hosting. Yeah, so we just read his, like he put it on his thing. Sure, and he must have just started very recently in this company. So he architected a solution. Yeah, before that he is a founder at Tiny Streamer. So he has designed and engineered a physical device. Oh, interesting. Okay, who knew going through resumes was fun? Oh, interesting. One tiny device to live stream from any device. So it has a Cortex. Okay, it's a Cortex CPU. It has a Ethernet. Micro SD slot. Okay. Wait, what's the range? You can like. Okay. Chat. Do you think we should buy this? Okay, so it live stream any camera, drone, video feed wirelessly. Add your custom running up to 60 feet of wireless, 300. No subscription, 6 months. Designed and developed in India. Okay, so this dude is obviously he's using yeah. He's using a Raspberry Pi, but yeah, it's a yeah. I feel like Raspberry Pi uses this, but hey, we'll check that later. That's cool. You know what, guys? I think that's cool. Yeah. Obviously, he's an Indian. 28,000. Yeah, I'm sure, like you can get a Raspberry Pi for, yeah, it looks like a Raspberry Pi case, 3D printed and stuff. You can get a Raspberry Pi for like 9,000, like an 8 gig model. And then on top of that, you add some radio antennas and then you put a software and a web UI and stuff. Yeah. You can make this device yourself if you would want to for like, I don't know, like 11, 12,000. You can go even cheaper if you use an older model of Raspberry Pi, which once again, if you're just using, if you're not doing 4K, if you're just doing like 1080, we can make this in like what, 6, 7,000. Once again, what do I know? This dude is really a genius, but yeah, whatever. Yeah. So he's in Toronto, Canada. Hey, that's good. Like, I mean, you know what? Good for him. Uh, yeah. What he's got his B Tech in like 2000. Yeah, he's much older than me. Fair. All right. As I was saying, guys, thousand, wait, 1,049 rupees. Sunny, what did you calculate? Yeah, he is 24 plus. Obviously, he finished his like B Tech in like 2016, and then he went for a PGDM in like 2020. So I don't know. He must be like what, 30, 32, 35. You think, yeah. Divide by 12. I'll just do it. Hold on. So 1,000, what, 15,000? That's like one more zero. Uh, let's convert that into dollars. That's a lot of money, guys. Divided by 12. Yeah, that's $12,500. So let's just take that amount. So yeah, that is the amount of salary per month. Yeah, it's okay. I averaged out. It's fine. No, no. That is the amount of salary. That's 10,49,388 plus 30% tax. Obviously, guys. I don't know if you are, uh, if you are staying in India or whatever. 30% tax. So 10 lakh per month is the average salary of like a software dev. So hey, that's cool, right? Also, he was in B-Sides Toronto. Hey, B-Sides does works in Toronto. B-Sides is everywhere. B-Sides is literally everywhere. Like it's in Ahmedabad, it's in Indore, it's happening in Toronto as well. But hey, whatever. That's fine. So yeah, 10 lakh guys. That's not a bad amount of money. That's once again that's on the low end. If you have a master's and stuff, and if you're working outside India, that's see guys. That's why people go outside of India. Because it pays well. And you don't have to, and even if you pay 30% tax, you get better roads. But hey, whatever. Anyways, this is his GitHub repo. He has made this whole thing into a Docker Compose thingy. That's good. He has also like created like a whole configuration file and stuff. You can like self-host it. There's also documentation. Most of it is just inside a Tailwind coverage, so you can just it's basically a Node app, is what I would say. And this is the website. Yeah, this is the website that he wanted to like put. Uh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so this is Oh, that's a lot of streams, but it's not okay. So it's, oh, you can see. Okay, this is my upload. This is my download. You can see the internet spikes. Like my computer is grabbing like what, 5 MB every now and then, 3 MB, 5 MB, like whatever, right? So that's because of the stream. So let's look at one of the streams. Let's look at water cascading. So yeah, it loads pretty fast. I'm gonna, yeah, it took 3 4 seconds. And if you look at, yeah, it's like taking 6 MBs. Let's just look at that. Yeah, hopefully the stream isn't lagging too much. Or you could see the YouTube is just giving up on, compressing it. But yeah, hey, whatever. That is cool. And we are at what? Do we have an option? Oh, we do. So we are using 4 MBs per second, right? We can decrease the quality if we want. So 720 is like 2 MBs and stuff. So it takes a lot of time. Once again, 1 MB per second. That's like good. So it loads the entire video and then it, like, runs. But hey, like a solution for like what, $3,000, 3,000 rupees. That's not bad. This is a very good solution. Like 30 $40. That's like good stuff. Did you send something, Suraj? Suraj, did you send something? Is that important that I should consider? Is my video lagging or something? Hope not. Okay, cool. Cool. Never mind. Anyways, thanks for sending that. I'm just gonna close this. So yeah, the GitHub repo. Just give him a star, man. Come on. I think he's doing good work. Um, so yeah, that was it. I mean, that was the article. Give him a follow. Let's just, yeah, give him a follow. Obviously, I think he has a blog. Like, yeah, we were on his website originally. Yeah, that is it. Guys, give me 1 second. I need to check a few messages. Give me a second, guys. Just a family text. Okay, thanks. Anyways, yeah, that's basically it. I wanted to go through this article, but maybe we'll do it on another live or something. But yeah, this was cool. I really, really, really like this article. Once again, because we don't have a scene set up, so I'm gonna, take most of your stream in a very horrible manner. Because hey, whatever. So yeah, thanks for watching. Really appreciate all of you showing up. There were like 11 people today. Hopefully, I didn't bore you. Before you guys leave, we have a lot of giveaways. So if you have not already joined our Easterly community on WhatsApp, please do so. We're gonna do a lot of giveaways, and I'll tell you a lot of stuff. So we're gonna do a lot of hacking devices. If we reach around, let's say when, I shouldn't say if, I'm gonna do a lot of what's the word, conferences recently. So we will have like a lot of people joining in our Easterly community. But the thing is, when we reach 350, I'm gonna give away like what's the word, ESP8266. Along with that, I'll give a manual on how to actually use that hacking device. So if you enter the giveaway, I'll give you a step-by-step guide of what to actually do to actually use it as a hacking device. Uh, Disclaimer: educational purposes only. For 500, we are thinking something like a Raspberry Pi Pico or something, which will, or maybe a Zero, which will help you create bad USB, a bad USB or a keylogger or rubber ducky. So once again, I'll give you full specs on how to do that. I'll teach you one by one by one. I'll even get on a video call with you to explain how it works. I'll do that. If you win, obviously, I'll do that depending on your preference, and I'll teach you how to create your own device. Okay. When we reach 1,000, I am planning to do a Raspberry Pi giveaway. So basically, once again, for that, because there are a lot of different projects that can be done. I'm not going to be doing like a video call with you, but I'll teach you all of that stuff. Okay. So for all of that, now obviously, Sunny, you know how to make a rubber ducky because you have already done it in college. But hey, for other people, hey, it's a chance. Okay. Why? I mean, someone asked me the other day, like, hey, why am I throwing that amount of money? Is it like marketing? I could spend money on Facebook Marketplace. I could spend money on YouTube to run this, like the live stream and video as an ad. I could do that. I could do that. But instead of spending that 500 rupees in that ad, what if I spend that 500 rupees in doing a giveaway and so someone might actually benefit from it? We'll do more book giveaways. And in fact, I want to do something really, really, really crazy for the book, but soon, not right now. Right? We'll continue with the normal giveaways. If it is rubber ducky, I can provide the whole POC. That's good, right? Thank you. The point is, we'll do a lot of giveaways, and if 500 rupees, if that goes to Facebook or Meta or whatever, instead of going there, why should I not just give back to the community? Right? Once again, I'm not making any money from you guys, but you know. Also, slight update on the Easterly meet thingy. We are planning, so like once the first meet is done, we will be introducing swag. I hate to say that word, but like yeah, we are gonna be introducing swag. So like the stickers, hoodies. Winter is coming. Hey, so wouldn't it be nice if you had a very nice looking Easterly hoodie? Huh? Maybe you would just wear that to your college and show it off to your friends or whatever. The goal is we need more people. We need more people in our community, and if you guys could just share or add people into your community in our community, not mine, our community, that would be nice. All right. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't have any other further updates, so stay tuned. And yeah, thank you for watching. Good night, and I'll see you in the next live stream.